Hello students, welcome to IMS Academy. Myself J.Jeprakash, lead mentor for ECE branch at IMS Academy, Bangalore. In this particular session, we are going to discuss the tips and strategy for GATE 2025 ECE aspirants from the learnings of GATE 2025 instrumentation and electrical papers. Okay, so this session is going to helpful for all the ECE aspirants who are going to write GATE 2025 ECE exam, and even instrumentation students might have preferred the second paper as ECE, and even some of the electrical students might have preferred the second paper as ECE. Whoever going to write GATE 2025 ECE exam, so this particular session is going to helpful for all those students. Okay, so whoever visiting our YouTube channel very first time, all of you kindly subscribe our YouTube channel and then click on the bell icon so that you will be getting instant notifications, and all of you like and share this video link with all of your friends so that whoever going to write GATE 2025 ECE exam, each and every student is going to get benefit from this particular session. Okay, and one more important update. So regarding our Telegram channel, IMS Academy Telegram channel, link is provided in the description of this particular video. Whoever not yet joined till now, all of you can kindly join our Telegram channel. It is free for everyone. So in this particular Telegram group, we will be sharing whatever the upcoming live lectures which we are planning in our YouTube channel. All the important updates you are getting here, and after the lecture over, whatever faculty might have written on the digital board, that particular lecture notes will be sharing in this particular group, Telegram group, and you are getting all the important updates related to seminars and webinars, etc. And you are getting regarding job notification also, and not but not the least, on daily basis you are getting the quiz question in this particular Telegram group. So you people can check actively, you can check regarding in terms of your knowledge and confidence regarding the respective questions which we are posting in our Telegram group with respect to your respective branch. Okay, right, yeah. So now first of all, we are going to discuss with respect to instrumentation paper. Okay, with respect to GATE 2025 instrumentation paper, whatever the observations and the learning points from the GATE 25 IN paper that we are going to discuss now. So many of the students felt GATE 2025 instrumentation paper was moderate to difficult. So we can say it is almost difficult side when we compare with respect to instrumentation 2024 paper or even earlier years instrumentation paper. So definitely the instrumentation 2025 exam was difficult, because here in this particular paper, most of the questions, and that too MCQ questions, most of the questions and that too MCQ were asked from instrumentation related questions, and the number of NIT questions are less. Suppose if NIT questions are more, even if they have asked some questions which is out of box for ECE branch or electrical, still they could have attempted. But since MCQ questions are more regarding instrumentation branch and the number of NIT questions are less, that is the reason, even though some students could have tried few questions, but because there is a negative marking for MCQ, they not took the risk. Okay, so that is the reason I have mentioned here, based on like we had the discussion with many of the students, and based on whether the students from ECE or electrical or instrumentation, in fact all the branch students, they felt, whoever written the instrumentation paper, they felt difficult. And in fact many of the students, why they will write instrumentation paper, because they want to maximize their score in the IN paper when compared to their electrical paper or ECE paper. Okay, but unfortunately here, because the paper level wise difficult, so most of the students got disappointed, and in fact some of the students their confidence level went down in such a way that what will be the, like how they can perform, whether they can perform well or not with respect to ECE paper. Like that dilemma also few students have faced. Okay, but after IN paper, immediately electrical paper was there. So for electrical students, already they have attempted the GATE electrical paper. They are having very less time in order to transition from this particular difficult phase from the instrumentation paper to immediately to electrical paper. But ECE students are having some buffer time. Okay, already you people have might have settled by this time. Now you are having around 3 days time, right? Even now, okay, whatever we are going to discuss in this particular session, definitely whatever the points and tips and strategy that we are going to cover in this particular session, definitely this is the golden opportunity for EC students or whoever like from instrumentation paper, whoever attempted that is a first paper, and whoever opted EC paper as a secondary, or whoever electrical students opted electrical paper as a first paper and EC paper as second, and whoever from EC branch, so definitely EC paper is your main paper, right? So definitely whoever going to write GATE 2025 EC exam, so for all those students this particular session is going to help a lot. Okay, right. So with respect to here instrumentation paper, some questions like they have some questions are there based on like whoever from EC, whoever attempted this particular instrumentation paper in 2025 exam, so they might have thought that some questions seems to be like network theory, but actually for solving that question it is completely measurement related concepts, the subject related to measurements. Say for example, in one of the question they have asked regarding series resonant circuit regarding that quality factor, but they not asked you to calculate that quality factor, rather they asked regarding percentage of error variation, etc. So that means that uncertainty or error variation, so definitely that concept is there in the measurements in the first chapter. Okay, and one more question also asked regarding AC bridge circuit. There also for that particular AC bridge circuit you are supposed to calculate the frequency. Okay, so that particular AC bridge circuit also part of the measurement subject. Okay, so in this way some questions like EC students might have thought that that question belongs to network theory subject, that is the reason they might have spent some time, but unfortunately they couldn't get that the answer because they don't know the knowledge of measurements. Okay, similarly in general the control system is the basic subject and scoring subject. In general many of the students can easily score in the control system. Okay, but unfortunately even instrumentation paper regarding control system they have given the questions conceptual based and they have given lengthy questions. Lengthy questions means for solving that particular question definitely you require more time. Okay, so like that questions they have kept regarding control system. Because of that, even though some students can perform very well in control system, but they couldn't. Okay, it couldn't happen in this particular instrumentation 2025 paper. So here you can observe further observations, like most of the questions they have given lengthy and time consuming questions they have given, not only in control system, even with respect to other subjects as well. Okay, and the questions are not straightforward. The way they have framed the sentences are, in some questions it is a very tricky. Okay, the tricky questions they have given. So here one important observation and learning point for the EC students who are going to write GATE 2025 exam. So whenever you are getting some tricky question or lengthy question while you are solving, don't try to solve those questions in the first round. Okay, try to solve the questions, those questions in the second round or third round only. Don't try to solve these kind of questions in the first round, because unnecessarily you might have spent more time, but because of that, even though in the entire paper whichever questions you can easily solve, but you couldn't solve because time was a constraint, right? Okay, now so and if you observe overall instrumentation 2025 paper, okay, even though we have mentioned lot of challenges here, but still if you are strong in the fundamentals, definitely you could have maximized your score in the instrumentation paper. But whatever happened past, we cannot make anything like undo, right? Okay, we cannot do anything, but whatever the learnings are there, at least you can those learnings, if you learned something new, and definitely if you can update yourself, definitely you can perform well in the EC exam. Okay, so the first and foremost is, for whichever subjects you already prepared by this time, be strong in the fundamentals. That is the first and foremost. And then do multiple times revision, because when you do multiple times revision, definitely because of that, the whatever the standard models are there, whatever the standard formulas are there or equations are there, definitely you can apply those methods while you're solving the questions in the GATE exam. Okay, and this is the most important thing. Okay, attempt good number of mock tests before you are going for GATE exam. Okay, so definitely, because you are like, when you are studying, you are in the your mindset is learning mode. But if you want to maximize your score in the GATE exam, your mindset should come to exam mindset, correct? So that is the reason the mock tests are going to help you. It's not only that, it's not only helping in terms of like which subjects you are strong, which subjects you need to improve, and not only that, in fact the time management is also going to, you can cross check how you can manage the given 3 hours time in better manner, and whatever the silly mistakes you might be doing, etc., all those things you can overcome, provided if you have attempted good number of mock tests. Okay, right. So that is the reason here, this is before going for the exam. These are the tips, and these are the tips with respect to during the exam time. So during the exam time, the 3 hours time, whatever the 3 hours time, limited time is there, you should well utilize in such a way that in the given 3 hours time, whatever 65 questions are there, even though let the difficult level maybe whatever might be, irrespective of that, at least out of 65 questions, whichever questions are easy for you, whichever questions are moderate for you, definitely you should solve, you should attempt as many questions as possible regarding easy category and moderate category, and try your level best to attempt those many questions without doing silly mistake. That is the only thing that you can do in the given exam time. Okay, right. So, and one more important thing, whenever you are reading any question, wherever in the given question main keywords are there, after solving the question, before you are answering, just focus on those keywords and accordingly you can answer. Okay, this is also one of the great learning from instrumentation paper. Okay, now let us see the observations and learning points from electrical GATE 2025 paper. Okay, so here electrical paper, difficulty wise it is moderate to difficult, we can say. And regarding core subjects, so in general electrical students are having the core subjects like electrical machines, power system, power electronics, and then measurements, right? These are the 4 core subjects. So many of the students got little bit disappointed because in the core subjects, whatever the generally expected weightage was there, so that expected weightage not given in this particular paper. Otherwise they could have performed very well in order to maximize their score. That is one of the drawback happened here. Okay, and coming to the non-core subjects, few questions they have given dead easy. Definitely many of the students might have attempted these questions correctly. Okay, and just like in instrumentation paper, even in electrical also, the sentence framing is little bit different or newly. It seems to be like new in some questions. So that time don't get panic. Try to understand the given question, what they have given, what you are supposed to calculate, and then whatever the basic formulas are there, basic equations are there, just try to recall, and once if you proceed, definitely you will be getting the answer. Okay, so these are the observation points with respect to instrumentation paper and electrical paper with respect to 2025 exam. Okay, now since you are having only 3 days time before GATE 2025 ECE exam, so in the last 3 days, what you can do or what you have to do with respect to these 3 days, and even in the GATE exam also, like what kind of strategy you have to follow so that you can maximize your score. Okay, right, because this is the most important thing. Whenever sometime, even though the students thoroughly prepared from last 1 year, the kind of revision and practice, even though they have done very well, but because somehow or other, whoever written instrumentation paper or electrical paper earlier, and whoever going to write ECE exam on February 15th regarding GATE 2025, okay, so many of the students got disappointed and even the confidence level went down. Okay, that is the reason this particular session is going to uplift their confidence, because they have done already whatever required for ECE. But unfortunately in the IN paper or electrical paper, so students, even though they could have performed well, but because of the given kind of questions they could not. So that is the reason, at least with the help of this session, you people can uplift your confidence level and you try your level best to maximize the score in the GATE 2025 ECE paper. Okay, right. So the first and foremost, don't read anything new. Don't read anything new. Whatever you have studied till now, whether you might have studied 6 subjects, 7 subjects, 8 subjects, whatever whatever by this time you thoroughly prepared, that much is fine. Don't try to study, even though 1 or 2 subject if you want to study, don't read anything new. Okay, because the moment if you start reading new things, earlier things you are forgetting. Don't read any new things from today onwards. Okay, fine. Till your GATE exam. I am telling till your GATE exam. Okay, fine. So focus on thoroughly prepared subjects. Whatever the number of subjects you thoroughly prepared, like it can be engineering maths, general aptitude, and common subjects like digital circuits, network theory, control system, signal system, analog circuits. Okay, among these 6 or 7 subjects, whichever you thoroughly prepared, okay, so focus on those subjects. Okay, right. And then since you are having only 3 days time, whatever the total number of subjects by this time, see, ECE students are lucky, you are having total 10 subjects including GA and maths. Okay, you are having 10 subjects. Out of 10 subjects, if you have thoroughly prepared 6 subjects, then accordingly daily basis you can do 2 subjects, you can do the revision. But if you have done like 8 subjects you thoroughly prepared, suppose, then accordingly what you can do, 2 days 3 subjects you can do revision, 1 day you can do 2 subjects revision. Like that, whatever the total number of subjects you by this time you thoroughly prepared, accordingly you can do the distribution for revision purpose. Okay, for revision purpose, one subject you can dedicate 3 to 4 hours, not more than that. In that 3 to 4 hours, okay, try your level best to whatever you are already having class notes, just go through the models wise one question. Whichever models are easy and moderate questions, just focus on the question, read the question and what formula you have to apply, okay, what you are supposed to calculate. That much only focus. Don't solve any question, but you are giving one, you are doing one kind of exercise that if similar question, like let us consider whatever you are having already in your classroom notes question, if similar model question if they are asking in the GATE 25 EC paper, then whether you will be in a position to attempt that question or not, that much in order to cross check. That much in order to cross check, you are doing this activity. Okay, like that you can do whatever the 7 chapters, 8 chapters, 6 chapters, whatever you are having in that subject, you can do in the 4 hours. Try your level best to complete in 4 hours. Okay, right. And then from the GATE 2025 syllabus, either you can consider in the soft copy or if possible you can take the printout. So whatever the subjects that particular day you have completed regarding the revision part, before you go to bed, anytime, before you go to bed, anytime, whatever the topics that are mentioned regarding that particular subject, just try to recall whatever the formulas you know, whatever the methods you know, whatever the standard models are there regarding that particular topic, accordingly you can do, so that this also is enhancing your confidence level for your coming GATE exam. Okay, fine. And not but not the least, since you are having only 3 more days, okay, so on these 3 days, you can attempt for every day one GATE paper you can attempt, like GATE 2024 EC paper, then next day GATE 2023 EC paper, another day GATE 2022 EC paper. Like that you can attempt, or otherwise if you are already having our mock tests or any other institute mock test if you are having, okay, so accordingly choice is yours. Suppose 2 GATE papers, 1 mock test you can attempt, or 1 GATE paper and 2 mock test you can attempt. Okay, suppose whoever not enrolled for any of the mock test series program, okay, at least you can from the official GATE website you can download the GATE previous year question papers. Okay, so you just download latest 3 papers, GATE 2024 EC, 23 EC, 2022 EC. Okay, so what you have to do, see, every day if possible you can try to attempt these GATE papers in the same time slot, with respect to what? Your actual GATE exam, GATE 2025 EC exam. So I hope all of you aware the time slot is what? 2:30 to 5:30. So in the same time slot, one day you can attempt GATE 24 paper, another day GATE 23, another day GATE 22. Okay, so what you have to do, very simple. Okay, so here I am telling the strategy. This strategy you try to apply while you are attempting these 3 papers, so that definitely this strategy you can easily apply during your actual GATE exam. If you don't apply this strategy while you are attempting these papers, if you want to follow this strategy in your actual GATE exam, you may face challenge. Okay, you cannot. So that is the reason I am suggesting you for all the students, whatever you are able to do the revision on daily basis, whether you are able to do 6 subjects or 8 subjects or 4 subjects, whatever, irrespective of that, I am giving suggestion for all the students, try to attempt 3 gate papers. If not possible, if you feel, sir, we don't have that much time, at least you can attempt 2 papers, gate 20, 24, 23. Not, okay, that much must and should, okay. And here this is the strategy all of you can follow. So what I am giving suggestion, in that 65 questions, okay, 30 questions are of 1 mark including technical and GA, and 35 questions are of 2 mark including GA and technical, right? So first of all, you see the question by question, just overview wise, you can see, have a look, and if you feel that that question, just by observation of few keywords in the given question, if you feel that that question you can solve in less time, now read the question. After reading the question, you can decide whether you can solve in less time or not. If you can solve it, that means it is an easy question. So like that questions, whichever 1 mark questions you can do, so try to solve those 1 mark questions in the first round. Immediately go for 2 mark questions. There also try to identify the questions which you can solve in less time. So I mean to say, the questions which are theoretical or whichever simple formula based or less calculation, etc. Okay, from whichever subjects you are already very much familiar, so try to identify the questions from the respective subjects, and whichever questions are easy for you, try your level best in the 1 hour. Try your level best to solve whichever questions are easy for you regarding 1 mark and 2 mark. Okay, now by this time, after you are completing this activity, as of now I have kept 1 hour, but it may take 1 hour 15 minutes or 1 hour 20 minutes. Okay, some plus or minus will be there, but just for reference I kept 1 hour here. Okay, now once if you do this 1 round, now you can count how many 1 mark questions you attempted, how many 2 mark questions you attempted, and then have the total number of marks for which you attempted. Now that itself will give one confidence to you. Out of 65 questions, I am able to attempt this many questions, I am able to get this many marks. Suppose let us consider 10 questions are of 1 mark, 10 questions are of 2 mark if you are able to attempt. Suppose that means 30 marks you are able to attempt in 1 hour. Let us consider 25 marks only you attempted. So still you are on the safer zone, right? Because in ECE paper generally cutoff mark will be around 25 mark. So try your level best. In the first 1 hour you are crossing the cutoff mark. Try your level best. Okay. Now in the second 1 hour, once again go for 1 mark questions and 2 mark questions, whichever questions you can solve, but it may take little more time when compared to the first round. Now try to solve those questions in the second 1 hour. Okay, now in the last 1 hour I have partitioned into 2 half an hours. Okay, so in this particular half an hour, whichever questions you could not attempted, like because you felt like initially either in first round or second round, whichever question you felt like tough because the length of the question is very lengthy question, or some subjects you not prepared because the question belongs to that subject. So because whatever it may be reason, whichever questions you not touched in the first round and second round, now those questions, even though those are tough for you, but still in the given 3 hours time, you should consider one checklist. By the end of the exam, by the end of 3 hours, each and every question you could have read 1 time at least. You could have read at least 1 time. Why I am telling this point? Because sometime what will happen, whichever subjects you not studied, but still if you could have read those questions in the given exam time, after question wise it seems to be lengthy, but if you understand what they have given, and after that if it is simple formula based, simple calculation based question, then you could have felt that okay, it won't take much time. Let us consider hardly 30 seconds for solving that particular question. Then like that, even if 2 or 3 questions if you are able to identify, you could have, because of that 2 or 3 questions, even if you are getting 3 marks to 5 marks, definitely it is giving great value addition. But during the given time, during the given gate exam time, if you couldn't read because you thought that that is an out of box question, a tough question for you, but later you may feel regret. So instead of having the regret at later, better in the given exam time, after you are able to attempt easy questions and moderate questions, just try to spend 20 minutes or half an hour, just read the question by question, whichever question you not touched earlier. Now, if you can solve that question, do it. Otherwise, if you, even now also if you feel, sir, this question completely from EMFT I not studied, or from communication I not studied, or any other subject, whichever you not studied, or if the question framing wise, if it is too much tricky, you cannot solve in the given time, definitely you can leave it, no problem. Okay, in the last half an hour, either 20 minutes to half an hour, so in that last half an hour, what you can do, regarding easy and moderate questions, even though you felt in the first round and second round, you thought that you can solve, but somehow or other, after solving that particular question, right, so whatever the answer you are getting, that is not matching with the given choices, then that time, those kind of questions, here you can do cross check, and suppose if the question is MCQ, out of 4 choices, damn sure you know that 2 options are not correct for that question. Now among the leftover choices, only you are having the dilemma whether this one correct or that one correct. So there once again you can give a try if you can, and accordingly you can choose. Okay, accordingly you can choose, and whatever NIT questions are there, based on the given question, even though you cannot solve in the given time, but at least for that given data, whichever answer you want to mention, either integer number or fractional part or real number, accordingly you can do. But getting your answer as correct, the probability is very less. Okay, but still you can attempt, because there is no native marking for NIT. And similarly for MSQ question, whichever, because those MSQs are tricky questions, are lengthy questions, because of that you couldn't attempt it in the first round and second round, definitely those MSQs here, in the last 20 minutes you could just cross check once again. If you can solve it, do it. If you cannot solve, at least you can choose for that question whichever options you may feel correct accordingly, because there is no native marking for MSQ. Of course, there is no native marking for partial. Of course, there is no partial marking also for MSQ. Okay, but whatever the tips I have given for NIT and MSQ, but terms and conditions apply. So after you are login in the system during the exam time, okay, so you will be reading the instructions, right, before you are starting the GATE exam. So there you should make sure that for NIT questions and MSQ questions there is no native marking. Okay, so if there is no native marking, definitely whatever the tip I have told here, you can apply. Okay, so these are the strategy, whatever the procedure I have discussed, that particular strategy you can apply while you are attempting GATE 24 EC paper, 23 EC paper, 2022 EC paper. Okay, so whatever the 3 hours time is there, during that time, okay, you follow this strategy, in order to maximize your score in that particular paper. Okay, now after that you can cross verify. See, even the answer key will be available in the official website, you can download and then you can cross verify. Okay, so which questions you got correct, accordingly you can count. Regarding 1 marks, how much you got, regarding 2 marks, how many questions you got correct, accordingly you can do the total calculation and then note down the marks. And whichever questions like MCQ regarding 1 mark and 2 mark, if you wrongly attempted, so for 1 mark question you can deduct 1/3, and for 2 mark questions you can deduct 2/3 marking. So accordingly, after doing that entire calculation, what are the marks you are getting, you can mention the phase 1. You can mention the phase 1. Okay, now what is phase 2, what is phase 3? See, it is very simple. Let us consider some of the questions you attempted, but your answer become wrong. Okay, now that question, at least from the answer key, like suppose example you mentioned one answer, but in the answer key given another option. Okay, suppose. Now at least after seeing the answer key PDF, now at least if you can rectify whether that particular answer is going to get or not. If you can get, then like that marks whatever, okay, whatever the questions. Now I am giving second chance for you. Because of that, at least from the after seeing the answer key, if you rectify where you done the silly mistake, or even though you couldn't get earlier, but now you got the clarity, now that marks you can mention in the phase 2. Now what is phase 3? What is phase 3? Phase 3 is very simple. If you are having the solution solutions for that particular respective GATE year, you can refer that particular solution, and whichever questions you not attempted earlier in this particular paper, so refer the solutions provided in that particular copy, whatever the solution reference you are having, you can check, and from there you can identify, like you just cross check, try to understand. Now understand the question from the solution. That is one way. suppose if you don't have any reference regarding the solutions for these papers, no issue, whatever you are having class notes, okay, from that class notes just take that reference. With the help of that, whichever questions you could not attempted earlier, at least now you, with the help of your class notes, try your level best, whichever questions possible now you can do it. Now that marks you can put in the phase 3. In this way, why I mentioned like phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, because most of the time, like whoever attempting either GATE PYQ papers or mock test, many of the students are getting disappointed, because like many of the students, like let us consider like whatever phase 1 marks they got, like 25, 30, they are comparing with what? 100 marks. But first of all, you should not compare with 100 marks, even though the total marks for that particular test is 100 marks, but you should not compare your level with 100 marks. Rather, what you have to compare, like whatever the phase 1 marks you got, compare with phase 2 marks. Compare phase 1 marks with phase 3 marks, because see, if the same paper, whatever the questions are asked, somehow or other some models are repeated, then at least with the help of phase 2 and phase 3, whether you are able to update yourself or not, that is the most important. See, the reason behind attempting the mock test is, of course, our target is to get in the marks, but beyond in addition to that, the most important thing, from that particular test, you are getting to know which concepts or which subjects are strength for you, where you are able to attempt the questions correctly, that you are coming to know. And whichever questions or whichever subjects you are facing little bit challenge, at least you are doing the notes revision or you are taking the help of solution reference. With the help of that, you are making sure that you are progressing. So that means what? So when you observe year wise, like phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 marks, there should be improvement. That means what I mean to say, in that 100 marks, whatever total number of marks is 100, out of which in phase 1 marks, how many you got? Now phase 1, phase 2. Okay, by the phase 2, how many marks you got total, and by phase 3. Now you have to compare with phase 1 marks with phase 3, phase 1 marks with phase 2. So that means what I want to make sure, very simple, let us consider in the phase 1 you got 25 to 30 marks, but with the help of phase 2 you got 5 marks extra, with the help of phase 3 you got 10 marks extra. So that means 25 become now what? 50 marks. So now you compare this 25 marks with 50. So what will happen here? Now there should be improvement here. So definitely that will create lot of confidence, because in the instrumentation paper, whoever attempted, your confidence level got drastically down. But whatever the preparation, whatever the practice you people have done thoroughly from the last 1 year, definitely that is with you. But I want to uplift your confidence, that we can make it only with the help of GATE previous year papers. That's all. With GATE previous year papers or with the help of any standard mock test. Okay, fine. So just now what you can do, like GATE 2024 overall marks, and you can compare GATE 2023, how many marks you got. Similarly GATE 2022. So in this way, if you see, on average with respect to one particular GATE paper, how many marks at max you can get. Similarly, what is the minimum marks you got, and maximum how much you can score. Like that visibility when you are having, and on average in these 3 papers, how many marks you are able to get and how many maximum marks you are able to get. Definitely in this manner if you do, definitely you can see your own progress. And in fact before going for GATE 2025 ECE exam, definitely all of you are going to write the GATE 25 ECE exam with confidence, because you are already having the knowledge. Because you people have done enough practice. But if you don't have the confidence, you cannot make your result very well. But with the help of this session, I hope all of you, your confidence I have uplifted. Okay, so with that confidence, when you go for the GATE 2025 ECE exam, definitely you people can maximize your score in the GATE exam. Definitely you can get very good ranks. Okay, right. So I have covered the entire strategy here, right? So just for reference, here I am mentioning whatever the questions that are asked with respect to instrumentation paper and electrical paper, okay, with respect to common subjects of ECE paper. So here I am mentioning 6 subjects related, topic names here I am mentioning, so that all of you can just cross check whether you are good at these concepts or and topics or not. Okay, so just it's like, you know, cross check or checklist I can say. Earlier I told GATE 2025 syllabus you can do, and similarly this activity also you can do whichever subjects daily basis you are doing the revision. At the end of the day, just cross verify whatever the topic names here we have mentioned subject wise. You people can cross check whether you are good at that particular concept or not, whether you are good at solving the question related to that models or not. Okay, right. So these are the topics with respect to engineering maths, right. Similarly, these are also topics with respect to engineering maths. Okay, right. Now these are the topics with respect to general aptitude. All of you can go through. Okay, I no need to explain here because you people are having very less time. So just for you people, I am just giving the reference so that whatever the topics based on which already they have asked the questions in instrumentation and electrical, if you people cross check even your notes once at the end of the day, definitely if similar topic based questions when they are asking in EC paper, definitely you can maximize, right? Okay, maximize your score. Now these are the topics related questions asked in the digital circuit. See, last topic you can ignore because address range of memory, that question was asked in the instrumentation paper, because in instrumentation we are having microprocessor and microcontroller related few topics. Okay, but this part you can ignore because in EC and electrical we don't have microprocessor and all, right? You can ignore this part. So remaining topics you can go through. Fine. Yeah, these are the topics given in the network theory subject. All of you can go through. Just cross check whether you are good at solving the questions related to that particular topics or not. Yeah. Now these are the topics regarding control system. These are the topics related to control system. All of you can do the checklist whenever you are completing the respective subject revision on that particular day. At the end of the day you can do it. Okay. Next, these are the topics related to signals and system. Okay, I hope all of you can go through these topics and you will do self-evaluation before going for the GATE 25 EC exam. Okay, so these are the 6 subjects which are common for EC electrical instrumentation. Of course, EMFT is common, but with respect to EMFT, the kind of questions asked in electrical instrumentation is quite different from EC branch because the syllabus wise it is vary, right? It is not the same. Okay, that is the reason I not kept EMFT. So these 6 subjects, all of you just go through what are the topic names we have mentioned, because whatever the memory based questions we have received with respect to IN paper and electrical paper, accordingly from whichever topics questions have been asked, accordingly we have mentioned here, so that whoever not even attempted either IN paper or electrical paper, whoever going to write directly EC GATE 2025 exam, at least suppose you can consider these topic names just like mock exam. Okay, so so you can cross verify if any of if you are getting the questions from any of these topics, how many questions you are able to attempt, how many questions you cannot. At least you can cross check. But okay, and then based on that particular subject, if you thoroughly prepared earlier, even if you currently if you feel that sir I cannot solve this particular topic or that particular topic, at least you can quickly brush up from your class notes. Okay, so in that way if you do, definitely in these 3 days whatever the kind of effort you are putting, already you have put enough, but these 3 days are even more important. How balancedly, how well you are doing the revision, recall, and then you are attempting the GATE papers or all the mock test, whatever, based on your convenience. Definitely with the help of this, you people can maximize your score in GATE 2025 EC exam, right? Yeah, these are the topics with respect to analog circuit as well. So in both EC and electrical, in both electrical and instrumentation paper, op-amp based 2 questions they have asked. One question based on some parameter calculation and one question is dead easy question, theoretical question. Okay, so with this, I am wishing you all the very best for GATE 2025 EC aspirants. Okay, so that's all in this study session. We'll meet you all in one of the upcoming session. Thank you everyone.